Hey buddies, it's Will of DAGames, and, well, here we are. This is the end of the year, 2017. It's been fucking crazy. There's a lot that's happened this year. Mostly good on our end, I guess. There's been a few bad. I figured, you know, whilst it comes to the end of the year, we want to push forward for 2018. Let's get rid of those dead ends and also reel in the positives and make sure overall we have a better encompass on what 2017 meant for us. So especially for us this year, we'll start off in January. We started getting off real kicking with Halo Wars Retribution. Then Halo Neighbor came out. We ended up getting a new lyric video person in, a good time friend of ours, Oblivion Falls. I guess I just want to give a shout out to all the DAGames members who have been a part of 2017 this year. It's been phenomenal. Keyframe and Aya have been doing the most amazing thumbnails for us throughout all of DAGames, and they've been working so hard on any additional stuff for the lyric videos. For instance, Aya's Gospel of Dismay background and Keyframe's future Cuphead oil backgrounds. They're doing amazing. Oblivion Fall, who is Aya's husband, I would say is probably one of the best lyric video people I've ever had, and I hope he continues to wow us in the future. Sean, who's been helping out with like the animation side and some stuff with the lyric videos. I feel bad because I want to give him more stuff to do, but we'll hopefully give him a lot more help, and kudos to him for sticking around for so long. Seriously, he's a true legend. Chloe of DAGames, who has been, you know, helping organize all the conventions in the back end. We've been to that many conventions this year, it's been insane. Most of the back end department, and she's been helping sing in some future stuff. She's expanded her horizons, so kudos to her. And finally, Chris, my longtime running friend, who stood by me for these long number of years, and has also put his ass to gear in DAGames Animated. Like, could have asked for a better friend. And just everybody around the Discord server who's been like super kind and welcoming. People who I never thought I'd grow connections with, but then I ended up getting to, you know, close friends. Never thought we'd even reach 1 million subscribers even this year. You're gonna have to excuse me, my throat is fucked. It's morning throat. Well, it's evening now, but I just woke up. But yeah, never thought I'd ever reach 1 million. Like, I think at the very start of the year, we had like, what? 500k or 600k, I can't remember. But we had our biggest climb ever, and that's all down to Bendy. Because not only that, our Let's Plays have skyrocketed like crazy, something that we never thought we'd ever get. We just did this for fun. This is all in the gist of fun. But you guys have made that possible, and for that, thank you so much for that. For just making 2017 just that bit amazing. But I'm not gonna lie, there have been some downfalls. I'd rather bring these up at the end of the year so you guys get to know a gist of what's happening in the future. So it wasn't really anything to go by at the beginning of the year, you know? First half of the year seemed to be pretty sorted. Get to the back end of the year and things started getting a little weird. There were some friendships that were rekindled, but were torn in the process. A lot of people miscommunicating with each other. On top of that, really, just a sheer ton of anxiety from all the lack of motivation I've had with being to so many conventions. I feel like whenever I come back home, I don't really have much motivation because I'm still tired as hell, and then I don't get on the grind, and that's just willpower. And my name's Will, I don't have it. It took me a little while to reflect, but I think it's probably time for me to lay down the news for you guys. Now, this means nothing in change of DAGames. Like, everything on DAGames is staying exactly the same as it is, if not maybe 1 or 2 new members, but I'll explain. So all of you at DAGames already know that me and Chloe were fiancés at one point. Unfortunately, we had to separate our ways. This does not mean we've dispatched from each other. She's still a big member of DAGames and possibly one of the closest friends I have, and I hope there's no hard feelings down the line in the future. But we're just looking for different things. We had different horizons, a lot of stuff that kind of got us down, and you know, we just ended up realizing we work better as friends. Now, the reason why I've taken so long to say this is because I'm more so worried about what your reaction would be. And so I figured I'd word it the best way I could, which is, don't be going out and causing masquerades. For the love of God, whatever you do, don't be spending hate on either of us for the split. It's not your life to choose, it's our life, and we are moving on from this. So as much as this, I'd like you to respect our wishes and also respect our privacy on that matter. But either way, she's not at the end of the channel. She is still on, and we're gonna be, you know, doing much more in the future, so don't think she's going away anytime soon. If you are interested in catching up with her a bit more, though, she does have a Twitter profile, and she is also a voice actor. Check out the tweet profile here. This is where she'll be, and it'll all be good. And also, she has taken a part in singing for CG5's song down here, the Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, the game sucks, but this song is pretty good. Love you, fam. So as far as my single life goes, I'm independent. I've you know, been doing my washing up and sort of getting my act into gear, kind of. Every cloud has a silver lining, so why damper yourself on the lows? Come to accept the lows, and you'll get yourself higher. Because sometimes darkness is the thing that will show you the light. Yes, a Disturbed reference. Yay. I love Disturbed. Love the band. As far as the upcoming future, I'd like you to be able to respect whoever else comes into this life as well, you know, to just be respectful. Because if it's the reason why I'm so hesitant about even saying anything is because just the general reaction that people have. Take Markiplier and Tomska, for instance. You know, there was a video that I saw where they were both discussing about how they like to keep their personal lives to themselves. Well, I've already put my hole into the ground and saying that, like, I've brought my personal life to you guys as much as I have because I'm not afraid of my life. But with that comes consequence, and people just love to be negative about any kind of reaction. So as far as it goes, please just don't do that. Don't be negative. Be supportive of whatever decision we make later down the line. It's not your life to control. All you need to focus on is DAGames as a whole, which is music, videos, you know, all that stuff. My personality is important, and it's true, yes, so respect the artist, but don't delve into their personal life too much. Seriously, it's not worth it. But other than that, it's not really been a low this year. Like, that's pretty much been the lowest of low of all of this year, and yet it was the one bad thing that really happened. 2017 overall has not been bad to us. 2016 was terrible for us. Like, I remember saying in our last Christmas vlog that it was absolutely atrocious. This year has been so much better. Now, I don't want there to be a repetitive pattern where last year was shit, this year was good, and the next year is shit. I hope to break that cycle. And if any of you are suffering from that as well, I feel for you, and hopefully you can get through that as well. I think the one thing that I learned out of this year in general, is that no matter what opinion anybody has, you do you. Take the masses of the internet. I've got 1 million subs. I'm gonna have a lot of snipers to my head. I don't give a shit because it's not as if they've got anything better to do than just sit on their ass and squander on stupid shit. They like to fester upon somebody else's life, which is really ridiculous. Judgment, criticism, all that sort of stuff. Criticism is fine, only in small doses. And only if you really, really know them. If you don't, just, you know, don't bother. Because in my life, especially me, I've never judged anybody upon their impact. Okay, fair enough. Music and creation, like, there's moral motifs. But as of what they do, they're allowed to do whatever they want. It's not up to me to stop it. I think that's more or less the reason. We can have opinions, but we can't stop anything. So why ponder it? Why do we have to sit around and procrastinate? They're gonna do their thing, whatever. Respect them for who they are either way. If they're your true friends, they'll respect you for whatever decision you make down the line, regardless of what their opinion is. I think that's the one thing that I learned. Not to give a shit. This year has been the no shits given year. It's also been the biggest climb year, so, you know, I had a lot of things to learn, but I actually got through it. So as of 2018, you know, you gotta think about the future. What do you want to do for your New Year's resolution? I don't like pinning myself down to New Year's resolutions, simply because, like, 95% of the world, nobody meets up with them. Very rarely you get somebody who actually meets up with their resolutions. But if I was to do something, I'd be more productive. This year's been really shit for productivity, and hopefully 2018, in a better moral standard, a moral life, having more happiness in it, will give me the drive to do that. Less songs, more Let's Plays. That's pretty much what I'm doing. In fact, that's kind of been every year of DAGames. We do more Let's Plays than we do music. We've got about 40 songs, probably over 200 to 300 Let's Plays or something. We have a lot of Let's Plays. It's because we're not giving up on it. Plus, it's a little easier to do that than it is music. If you're not editing. If you're editing, it does actually kind of take just as much. Overall, though, just more productivity and exercise. And less conventions. Less because, honestly, been to too many this year. Next year, just let's dimmer it down. Those are the things that I aim for this year. Overall, I aim to also just keep the friends that I've got. Never really had a problem with them, so here's hoping they get to stick along the ride. But if you have a New Year's resolution, make sure you put down in the comments below what maybe you have an interest in. Whether it be weight, or whether it be love, or whether it be education, or whatever. You want to do something, you put it down in the comments section. Just don't murder anybody, that's not fun. So, 2017, over and done with. Been a great year, had a few falls, had a few ups, mostly ups in our case, but if it was any worse for you guys, not worry. 2018 is coming around the corner. It's time for a new page, new resolution. Been fun 2017. Let's push on forward. Anyway, I'm gonna get going because now I've actually got to go celebrate it. Anyway, I'm Will of DAGames. Merry New Year's Eve. Whatever. I don't know. You say Happy New Year's Eve? Well, fuck it if I know. See you guys in 2018. Peace out!